Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about, I'm here in Mexico City. I've been down here, let's see, probably about a week and a half, something like that. Week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I guess. And, but anyway, what I want to talk about is what the Mexican people, what they think about the caravan, the Honduras caravan people on the way to the United States. And now, remember, I'm just talking to a small portion of the people, but I'm just getting some kind of an idea on how do they look at stuff and how they see things. And one of the big things is, remember, they get their news from about the United States. They get it from the main I even hate to say main media in the United States, because they only get a small percentage. Most of my friends and everything, we get all of the information off of the internet. And but like I say, so the ones that watch the news sources, that's what they report down here. And so that's the way they see things. That's what I'm saying. One of the things they said is they thought that the American people really do not like President Trump. And so then, and why? Why don't the American people like President Trump? Everything that you hear on the main medias, you know, they're trying to say the race, you know, he's racist, and, you know, he's mean and nasty, and he doesn't like Latinos and all this stuff. You know, all the BS that you get in the United States is what they see. And so now they have to face me. They have to talk to the American. And it was funny because nowadays, not so much the people that know me, but I'm still meeting people. But the people that know me already know I don't hate Latinos and Mexicans and foreign people and stuff like that. They know that. So they know that what they're getting is not really accurate information. And but still, they introduce me to people that don't know me, so we have to go through all this all over again. But anyway, what I've noticed is the less educated, the kind of people that that aren't necessarily I'm not even sure how to say it, but they're not they accept what they're spoon-fed, I'll put it that way. Those people believe that it's nice that Mexico helps these Honduran people as they're going to the United States. And but like I say, they're really one of the least educated. They're the least, even though we all have internet, they have internet down here, and they're less likely to explore the facts for themselves. They're more than likely to just accept what they're told. And also most don't speak English. So that will tell you again, everybody that I've been able to, that speaks English of some type, none of them support the idea of Mexico, the Mexican government, helping the Hondurans at all. Not at all. And a matter of fact, many of them think that the Mexican government is so corrupt that is one of the reasons why they allow the caravan people to come up here. They don't believe, and that's what I was trying to get them to clarify, but what it is, they don't believe the stuff that they've been told. And one of the things that they can't imagine is where the money's coming from to help these people, because they're wondering, well, you're taking it from our tax money, you know. So they don't appreciate that. So they're the ones that really dislike the idea. And they also, I guess, they look at the internet more also. They get their news off the internet. Even though there's a lot of internet news that's conflicting, and you just don't know. A lot of it's just talk. But at the same time, they get videos, people making videos and putting videos up where they can see, and they make these, they evaluate from what they hear and stuff like that. So the more educated are less likely to go along with this, and they're the ones that are more than likely to ask questions such as, like I say, how is all this being paid, you know? And they're really mad that the government would say, well, you can go on and you know, stay here, and offer the Hondurans to stay. They don't like it either. Like most countries, the United States not so much, because we've got a lot of immigrants. We're made up of immigrants, so it's a little bit different there. But other than that, most countries aren't really just opening their doors for immigrants. And so I'm able to talk to them, the ones that speak English, and they already know there's something wrong. And when I talk to them about the banking, the way the banking's all messed up, the banking system, the money, and the New World Order, these are things they've heard of. They've never had a clear explanation, something that is understandable to them. They've never had that. So then that's why when we're able to talk, I can explain to them in detail about how it works, something that they can relate to. And like I say, it just makes them mad. They're already mad already. I'm not making them mad, but like I say, that makes them mad because, like I say, now it's understandable. These are the things they hear about on the internet, even though there's no clear explanation, something that they can relate to. You got to remember, different countries have different cultures. They look at things differently. So then that's why they don't quite get the whole story about how it works. And it was funny because I would explain to them, as far as I'm concerned, our politicians, and they've got a constitutional duty to protect our borders. They should be stopping all this. I mean, there shouldn't be any drugs coming in, illegal aliens, human trafficking, and I'm explaining to them with human trafficking. A lot of the human trafficking thing was kind of new to them. Because like I say, people, when they're coming through, they just kind of disappear. And they don't ever really know what's going on. And that's where the human trafficking comes from. And so I had to explain to them a lot of the people that human trafficking, you know, like what most Americans believe to be more for sex use, more than the sex trade is what they're thinking of. And it is a lot like that. But like I say, they send them, the human trafficking people, they send them young kids and young women. They send to the Orient and they send to Europe. And this is the part that they don't understand, how that works. They don't understand how people can be sold. And so they've got a lot of stuff to think about when they're talking to me. And so this is what I got to try to explain to them, because they don't understand what their view of the violence and evilness is in the drugs, because they got a lot of drug-related stuff. But they don't realize how that is tied together with the human trafficking aspect of crime, and how that works. And the violent part, they understand the violence, because you see all this stuff about what goes on down here and all that. So it's just they don't see. Well, they, like I say, some don't see how the Honduras thing's related to it, and some do. They just didn't realize how much it is. And I mean, when it comes to, they're bringing drugs and stuff like that. Well, they sell the people. These, they're, like I say, they're human traffickers. And so this is the part that they don't understand, how it's all intertwined with each other. But like I say, you do have the Mexicans that go along with it, but they don't most of them really don't pay much in taxes. So they really don't understand where their tax dollars are coming from. And I say, Mexico it's trying not to be a socialist country. The ones that understand know it's a problem when everybody's got their hand out looking for stuff, and so they don't really want it to be a socialist country. But then the ones that have had their hand out, they just kind of think that that's the way it is, and don't really think that much about it. But there is definitely difference. And now I guess they got a new president that just started, I believe, in September. And I'm still trying to figure out how that works. But the way I understand, he's maybe more of a socialist, more of Obama type. And so it's funny that they try to because they thought Obama was good, and they thought everybody liked Obama, and they do. The world just loved Obama because he was a socialist, New World Order type. And but people don't understand the difference in capitalism and what they're experiencing and how it works in our Constitution and stuff like that. So when I try to explain that to them, it helps them. The ones I can talk to, they're slowly understanding why America is so much different. And like I say, it's not the American people, but when the military comes up, they're thinking, well, the American people want the military, and I tell them no. The United States has got the same problems. We got all the corruption. The same corruption they got here in Mexico. It's the same corruption we have in the United States, but it's worse. And so then it's not we the people want our military to come down here and do things to them. So it's not that easy to explain to everybody and help them understand. But it's people like me that is able to communicate and talk to and get some kind of understanding. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.